No, I want to introduce you to a guy who, in fact, comes from Birmingham. He's got his own club there, and he appears in a lot of clubs. His name is Jasper Carrott, and he has a number 13 sound at the moment called Funky Moped.
The lights were groovy colours, the band was playing.
Top of the Pops, oh wow. At the time, Billy Connolly, Max Boyce had sold a lot of albums, and record companies were looking basically for the English equivalent. And DJM Records found out about me, and they offered me a deal. And would I make an album, which is fair enough. And I'd made the album, and they said to me, look, would you do a single? Because like we might want to get the name known a bit, you know, it would be useful. So I said, yeah, okay. So they gave me £1,000 to make a single. So I recorded a song called Funky Moped. And the producer was Jeff Lynne of Electric Light Orchestra. Now, you won't find Funky Moped on Jeff's CV, but the drummer was Bev Bevan from ELO. Jeff produced it. There was the bass guitarist was from Roy Wood's Wizzard. There was a backing group, and I made Funky Moped. And I'd got £250 left over, which I bought a 12-string guitar. And then the record company came back and said, "What are you putting on the B-side?" Oh. Oh, right. And I'd made a private album, and on it I'd done there's a skit that I used to do on Magic Roundabout, and it was a Mickey Take of the kids program. And it was on the album. So I just lifted it off the album, and it became the B-side.
Hello, children. It's 6:15, and time once again for Magic Roundabout. La, la, la. I wonder where Florence is, said Dougal. I'm over here, said Florence. Hello, Florence, said Dougal. Hello, Dougal, said Florence. Boing! Hello, Florence and Dougal, said Zebedee. Hello, Zebedee, said Dougal and Florence. Hello, Zebedee, Florence and Dougal, said Dylan.
And then two DJs walked into DJM Records in London, and they were from Essex, and they wanted to buy 100 copies each of Magic Roundabout. And DJM said, why? And they said, well, when we were doing the shows and we go for a coffee break, we play Magic Roundabout, and it was obviously there was no musical content. And everybody comes up and says, well, where can we buy that? And so they bought them at 10 shillings each, and they sold them at £1. And DJM, full to their credit, thought, blimey, hang on, what's all this about? So they relaunched the single as Magic Roundabout. And it was phenomenally successful. I mean, it sold 840,000 copies. And it charted, obviously. And Paul Gambaccini was saying that all the DJs were thinking, why is this in the chart? And they all listened to Funky Moped thinking, what on earth has gone wrong with the music business? And Paul said, like, no one said, flip it over. So I really didn't want to do Top of the Pops because I had to do Funky Moped. But I got a lot of pressure from DJM Records because they were pressured by the BBC. It had suddenly come in the charts, and obviously BBC wanted me on the show. And I didn't want to do it. And DJM just said, oh, come on, you know, be fair, we've got you here. So I thought, fair enough. So I sent myself up. Okay, I'm a folkie. So I went out and I bought a white suit, white shoes. And I did the Las Vegas, when I get my moped out on the road. Well, it went out, and of course, everybody that knew me thought, oh, that's brilliant. But there was 10 million viewers going, who's this tosser? And it was a mistake to do, but I managed to overcome it.